Welcome to the Bearded Bama Bushcrafter. I am out and about this evening, taking care of some animals and just getting some chores done. Thought I'd make a video and say howdy. Hope everyone's doing well. Gotta get these rabbits watered. Still doing it the old-fashioned way with the water bottles. Thinking about doing me a little system with some PVC pipe and some drip nozzles. Make it easier for myself than having to fill up these bottles. Alright, got everybody watered and fed. Thought I would kind of share some things that I'm noticing. Man, I believe I've made videos in the past, but this is starting to get to be one of my favorite times of the year, and that is the fall season. You can look here at some of the signs. The color being exposed. These are muscadines. Of course, we do get a lot of browning here because we don't have, the colder the climate, the more colorful the colors are, more vibrant. And we haven't had any cool weather yet. It's still early September, but I kind of wanted to just take a little stroll and look at some things. I've been noticing the yellow butterflies. Usually see them two major times of the year. That's this time of the year, coming out of the summer, late summer into the early fall. Always when I see them, it's an indication of some change with the season. And I see them also late winter, early spring. And from time to time, I'll see them late spring into summer. But there's always a time when some change is coming. It's nice out this afternoon. Got a thunderstorm brewing back over this way, so there is no beautiful bluebird sky. We have had a rainy summer. Got a lot of spiders out. I'll be walking along and it's just, my face just gets completely covered with spider webs. They're out. And also this time of year, start noticing snakes especially the rattlesnakes. They get out and start hunting, getting fattened up for the cooler weather. They'll do more of their laying up, and colder the temperatures, they go pretty dormant. But it doesn't get that cold. It can be cold for a few days and then warm up and you'll see snakes get out and about. These poplar trees, you can see up in there the colors, all kind of little songbirds up in there dancing around. Those are the early trees, the sweet gums and the poplars. I noticed it in the poplars for the most part. Here's another big poplar right here. You can see that tree up, and then up into the crown. You can see the colors popping up there. I'm ready for some cooler weather. Definitely one of my favorite things about this time of the year are the muscadines. I love muscadine. Man, these things are so good. Huh. Another spider. I have a buddy of mine. He eats the skin and all. Skin's a little too bitter for me. That pulp. Grape seeds I hear are good for you. Still a little bit too bitter for me. I hear the grape seeds are full of antioxidants. Man, these things are so good. So good. Another one of my projects I've got to get caught up on is splitting this wood. I collected that wood and I was dealing with a hernia. Had that surgery. And I recovered from it, but it messed with me mentally. I'd never had a hernia before. And I don't want another hernia, but I just had to get beyond that fear of worrying of developing another hernia. So this is one of my projects. Got to get this cleaned up and stacked away properly. One of the things about this time of the year, you can start noticing a lot of the leaves are starting to fall. The old timers call it trees are getting tired. And they start letting their leaves fall. Slowly but surely start seeing the golds and the hues of the yellows and some reds. Go a little further north of us, up into the lower range of the Appalachian Mountain and up into East Tennessee and especially the extreme west part of North Carolina. You'll see some real vibrant colors up there. North Georgia, you start getting up into the higher elevation, the cooler temps, that definitely plays a role in those colors being real bright. Down here, if we get some good cool weather for a period of time, we'll have some nice color in the fall changes. But it usually takes that cool weather. That's a rarity for us here. I've been hearing and I've seen signs out here that indicate that we're going to have a colder winter this year. So time will definitely tell on that. As you've seen in some of my recent past videos, I've been coming to the shelter more frequently. And in doing so, I'm keeping this place a lot cleaner. But I purchased the other day, man, I've got a rat in here and it has completely chewed off, and it's my fault, one of the feet on the bearskin rug that I found. I found that bearskin rug, if y'all remember, I was talking about it in the video. I found it in a trash, on top of a trash can that somebody had put out, and I happened to come upon it, and I got it out. And I got it out and I brought it, and it's down here at the shelter. Thought I might come down here and come up on a snake. From time to time I'll be down here doing something, especially this time of year, and I'll see them. It's kind of an unfortunate thing in my book is to be down here and see a copperhead. I am not a fan of copperheads or any of the venomous snakes. I do my best to leave them alone. But when they do get too close for comfort, I have to take care of them. There's a barred owl hooting. Another project that I've got to finish is that chair. And unfortunately, again, I used the word unfortunately, I had to deal with some issues, and then the hot weather sets in. And I'm going to be honest with you, sitting down here, I can come down here and just sit and start sweating as if I'm working. And another project is this wall. Still going to complete this wall. I've got bamboo sourced, and I'm going to just make this wall. I had plans to eventually fort this up, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. That's a lot of work, and I guess over time, if I just put a little bit here and there, I can get it done. But it would be nice to get some help. Who knows, maybe I'll get some help and get it done. Got to get up on the shelter, get it swept off. Still a lot of leaves for sure. But in this next month, the canopy will drastically change. And this will look like a whole nother world. All this will die off, start dying off. And we get into October. This thickness, it'll be more open. My little dog, he's seeing something. What you got, Skipper? What you got? Squirrel. Squirrel, squirrel. That little joker right there, he'll tree a squirrel in a heartbeat. Never run out of enough things to do, that's for sure. I gotta do some trail maintenance. Got a trail that goes back down into this low area and works its way back up to the back side of the property. So that'll be something that I've got to do. Always something. But that's a good thing. That keeps you busy, keeps you moving, and that's good for you. Walking around and noticed something, one of the benefits. Y'all remember I made a video back in the winter and I did some burning. I had this vine that was growing up this pine tree. There's a big old fat squirrel nest right there. And for the most part, I killed it off. Those vines, there's Muscadine, which is coming from over here and going up. I cannot remember what this was, but I got it dead. It'll get up into the crown of these trees and it'll kill these trees. Muscadines will do the same thing. They seek to get up to the crowns and get the sunlight. But I'd rather have muscadines. That was some kind of invasive vine. I don't remember what it was. What's up, Darby? What's up, boy? Hey, G-Man. Darby's out here hanging out with me. Another project. I gotta clean this fence off. This big limb fell in the past. Not that, I want to say it was late spring, early summer. It's good firewood now. But it fell in a storm. Definitely gotta watch my feet here. This stuff right here, snakes can be in it. And those copperheads, they'll blend in and you'll be right up on one and not even realize it. See the squirrels been busy here. Getting the pine nuts out of these pine cones. It's one of their favorite meals. Now check this out. This is a black walnut tree. I had collected some walnuts and planted them. And this one was happy with its place. And I'm hoping, it's not producing yet, but I'm hoping the next year, hopefully, it will produce some black walnuts. I love having black walnuts on my property. I like using the walnuts to make dye, and it's just a neat tree. I'll probably never see this tree in my lifetime be to its full potential, but that's okay. Someone someday will come upon it. They may cut it down and use the wood for something, but they'll see it and it'll be a magnificent tree someday. But I enjoy it right now. I love coming down and seeing it. Won't be long and the leaves will be off of it. See if we can get this. These spiders are all up. He just dropped down. Or she did. They're like little crabs. When I used to read meters, I'd run into those spider webs all the time. And those things they put a little mean bite on you. I've been bitten by a few of them. Got this persimmon tree. It's struggling. Scarred up down here at the bottom. Still alive. No persimmons. I have seen some persimmon trees. There it is, getting into a spider web. Loaded down with persimmons already. And if you enjoy bow hunting deer and you find a persimmon tree that is bearing fruit, that is a good place to be bow hunting. I had a spot. Oh man, check this spider out. These are some big ones. This is actually a small one. There's another one over here that's bigger than that one. Alright, check this out. Check how big she is. That's my hand. Ooh. Looks like a little male right there. But back to the persimmon trees. I found a persimmon tree, and it was actually big enough for me to climb with one of my climbers, and I hunted out of it, and I killed a few deer that fall. They were coming up eating those persimmons, and it worked like a charm. There's Skipper. There's a squirrel up there, Skip. He's a good little dog, even though he's crazy in his head. These big spiders, I think they're called Orbweavers. These things are huge. I don't know if you can see her that well. Silhouetted there. Those things. Man, she has a massive web. She's up high, but if you're not careful, you'll walk into her web right here. She is busy eating insects. My brother-in-law and I were talking about them. Ooh, y'all check this out. These are the golden, we call these scuppernons. They're muscadines. We were talking about these spiders and how many mosquitoes they eat. Okay. I like the bats. And man, mosquitoes are terrible. But she, I don't know if you can see her there. Right in there. She does a great job on eating bugs. And the more insects, like mosquitoes, she's eating, the better. Also, this time of the year is the daylight is shorter, and the days are much shorter. My hen and their egg production has slowed down. However, I'm down to 2 hens. I used to have quite a many of them until I had that fox and coyote getting them. I never got either one of those creatures. My neighbor, he was able to shoot a couple of foxes that were between here and my neighbor's house, and that slowed my loss down. But I've just been trying to keep the coop locked up, and hopefully this winter, late winter, early spring, I'll have me some more hens, good pullet size, and start laying for me next summer. All right. My camera's warning me that the batteries are running low, so I'm going to end this video real soon. Picked up a little have a heart trap. I'm going to get this set up down at the shelter. I'm just going to set it up and leave it open, and I'll bait it. And I'll keep it where it won't close and catch anything. That way the animal will get accustomed to coming in and out. And after a few days of doing so, I'll set it and hopefully catch that joker that's down there eating stuff out of my shelter. So I'm going to go set that now and probably do a video on this, especially if I catch something. That'll be pretty cool to share with everyone. Little have a heart or vole mouse. Oh, that's French. That's serious. I don't know. I'm not a Frenchman. My shrews and voles. So hopefully I'll catch that thing and get it out of there because it's doing some damage. All right, everybody, I hope y'all doing well. Appreciate everyone who follows along. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button. Leave a comment. Say hello. Tell me where you're from. Leave a suggestion on what you'd like to see or hear me talk about. So I'm always open up for some good suggestions and some good content. Y'all take care. Thank you, everybody.